Dear Diary, I am such an idiot. I did it. I put on my best outfit, I chased down Ryan after class, and I asked him to go to the Sadie Hawkins dance. I was so scared that he would say no that I almost didn't do it. And, looking back, I probably shouldn't have. Ryan has a girlfriend. He's had a girlfriend for a few weeks now. And guess who it is? Queen of the Inferno herself, Cindy Shiva Neville. I can't believe this. For what short period we were friends, I told Shiva that I had a crush on Ryan and I wanted to date him. She even gave me his Snapchat handle. And then she turned into a monster and started dating him just to spite me. She told me she had no interest in dating him. So, naturally, Ryan said no. He was actually pretty polite for how embarrassing the situation was. Shiva, on the other hand, wasn't. For the rest of the week, she would remind me what an idiot I was. Even sarcastically asking me if I wanted to join in on their dates and their makeout sessions. It hurts bad enough when you build yourself up and only see failure. It's even worse when your enemy gets the spoils of war. What I don't get is every Snap story I've seen Ryan put up, I've never seen him and Cindy together. Not in a single one. Cindy knows my father was laid off from his last job, which is why we moved to West Livingston. She let the whole school know, and I was so embarrassed. It's hard enough to have to defend yourself. What am I supposed to do for the things I can't control, but still get blamed for? It felt like the whole school was laughing at me. I was on the verge of tears and I just wanted to go home. Lindsay took my hand and walked me away from everyone to an empty classroom where I could cry in peace. She didn't say anything, but it was nice to have her there. Afterwards, we went to the school counselor. She even gave us a note excusing us for being late to class. I don't know how she knew to do that. In such an intense moment, I'm happy I had a friend who was calm enough to know what to do. I don't know what Kit Kat said. The entire school is now talking about how she destroyed Cindy. It must have been harsh because Cindy won't even look at me anymore. I really got lucky with who my friends are. I didn't want to go to the dance anymore. After everything that happened, how could I? Lindsay and Kit Kat wouldn't accept that. Kit Kat said if I didn't go, I might as well give up on anything when it gets difficult. She was right. I didn't want to go because I was terrified. I didn't have a date, and the one person I wanted to go with was going to be dancing with the one person I can't stand. If I went, I would be showing the school that I was strong and wouldn't let what they said or laughed at affect me. Kit Kat told me that I shouldn't go to the dance for them. I should go for myself. That I should go to prove to myself that I can have fun and enjoy myself regardless of the situation. How is she so smart? Kit Kat, Lindsay, and I all went to the dance together. Most of the time, Lindsay complained about how terrible the songs were and what poor taste the DJ had. I didn't really mind it. Neither did the rest of the school. Her refined taste must keep her from being able to enjoy a lot of music. We spent most of the dance trying to create the ugliest dance moves in our own little circle. For a song or two, about 10 other people joined in on the fun. It was so funny to see who could do the goofiest thing. The best is when Devin tried to do some kind of breakdance move, but instead broke his ankle. I know it's probably not the best to laugh at, but it was hilarious. Besides, he's loving the attention he's getting with everyone signing his cast now. Most of the times when a slow song came on, we would hold hands and lip sync while swaying back and forth. If I knew this is how the Sadie Hawkins dance would have turned out, I never would have even bothered to ask Ryan to the dance. I was having so much fun being weird with my friends. I'm sure others were staring at us, but I didn't even care. At the end of the dance, the DJ called the last slow song of the night. It was Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You, like the perfect lip-syncing song. I started running towards Kit Kat and Lindsay, ready to go all out, when I felt a tap on my shoulder. It was Goose. He looked so nervous, but in a sweet kind of way. He asked me if I wanted to dance. I really wanted to lip sync with Kit Kat and Lindsay, but at the same time, Goose is kind of fun to be around. at least in geometry class. Maybe his humor branches farther than puns on triangles. Most of our dance was kind of awkward. We can get a bit chatty during class, but neither of us could think of something to say. I think Goose likes me. There's no way he would be this nervous if he saw this just as a dance. The chorus came up and I knew exactly what to do. We weren't going to lip sync. We were going to belt the chorus together. I told him to join me while I sang. Goose actually has a really good singing voice. I honestly believe he could be a huge pop star. By the end of the song, we were laughing so hard, we could barely breathe. He gave me a hug, thanked me for the dance, and disappeared. Kit Kat and Lindsay had the biggest grins on their faces. They were laughing and saying that we were in love. And between you and me, I think I actually do like Goose. He's not the hottest person in the world, but the more you hang out with him, he actually does get kind of cute. Like in a Benedict Cumberbatch kind of way. Is that weird to say? Plus, no other guy has made me laugh quite like he does. And our teacher tells us to shut up at least once a class period. So we do get along pretty well. I was on some kind of high after the dance. I didn't want the night to end. Kit Kat and Lindsay suggested we go to one of those 24-hour diners. I was thinking something more energetic. I was still kind of mad at Shiva for stealing Ryan behind my back, so I suggested we go out and TP her house. The Evans twins were not on board. Lindsay said if we get caught, it would open up a wound that hasn't even healed yet. And Kit Kat said I was still letting Cindy get to me, even after a night where I felt truly independent for the first time. She was right. I did feel independent. For the first time in a long time, I wasn't letting anyone make decisions for me. I am my own Becki. I knew Kit Kat and Lindsay would keep talking me out of TPing Shiva's house, so I went to the diner with them. And after we paid for our meals, I told them I was going to go home and go to sleep. What I really did was go to the grocery store and bought a crap ton of toilet paper. Then I drove half a block from Cindy's house and snuck over. All the lights were off. If it weren't for the moon and the stars, the neighborhood would have been pitch black. My heart was racing, but I was on such a confidence boost that nothing could stop me. At first, I threw a few rolls over the home and trees. Then, I got the desire to leave the best piece of work I could. So I wrapped toilet paper around the tree trunks, branches, and porch pillars. It was my greatest masterpiece. When the Nevilles wake up, they will think it snowed outside. I got them so good. I got home around 6 a.m. I went to Cindy's at 2 a.m. I am so surprised that no one in their house or the neighborhood saw me. Or maybe they did, and they hated them too, so they did nothing. Thanks, my silent friends. When I laid down to go to bed, I realized what Kit Kat meant. I spent 4 hours TPing Cindy's house. Why? What Kit Kat wanted me to learn is that I shouldn't let anyone get to me. And I spent 4 hours proving that Cindy still got to me. If I was a better person, I would have just gone home. Or even better, went to sleep over at the Evans, like friends normally do on the weekends. If Cindy finds out I did this, there will be even bigger hell to pay. Even worse, what if Lindsay and Kit Kat find out? They'll be so mad at me. And there's no way Cindy won't believe that they didn't help. They'll have to defend themselves for something that they didn't even do. What if Goose loses interest in me, all because I wanted to feel alive and independent? All I can do now is hope that no one finds out that it was me. And I need to stop letting Shiva get to me. She's a terrible person, but that doesn't mean I need to let it dictate my life. I'm free to do whatever I want. For the moment. Who knows? Maybe next week I'll become a prisoner of my own actions. I am such an idiot. Becki.